Hello, thanks for joining today. I'm excited to share what we're going to cover in this Python series. Let's go through it together. First up, we'll kick things off with Python basics and installation. If you're new to Python or need a refresher, this is where you'll get comfortable with how it all starts. We'll move into variables, data types, and functions, which are the core parts of writing any Python code. Then, we'll look at control flow, which basically means making decisions in your code using if, for, and while loops. This is how we make our programs do cool dynamic things. From there, we'll jump into data structures like lists, dictionaries, and sets. These are super useful for storing and organizing data. Of course, we can't skip string manipulation, where we'll learn how to handle and tweak text to fit what we need. After that, it's on to object-oriented programming with classes and objects. Don't worry if that sounds complicated, it's just a way to keep our code neat and reusable. Next, we'll cover exception handling, how to make your programs handle errors smoothly so they don't crash on you. We'll also dig into file handling, so you can read from and write to files without breaking a sweat. And what's Python without talking about packages and pip? We'll see how to use libraries to make coding faster and easier. Then we'll get hands-on with pandas data frames to play around with data, which is perfect for data analysis. To round things out, we'll look at some handy extras, regular expressions, regex, web scraping, lambda functions, virtual environments, venv, and closures. These might sound fancy, but they're tools that can really step up your coding game. Finally, we'll pull it all together with an assignment where you'll create a product management system, a fun way to put your skills to the test and build something real. By the end of this series, you'll be in great shape with Python and ready to use it for all kinds of projects. So, let's begin. Alright, let's talk about Python and why it's such a big deal in the tech world. First up, Python is a popular programming language, and for good reason. It's known for being simple to read and write, which makes it perfect whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned developer. The fact that it's easy to learn means you can pick it up quickly and start building things in no time. Now, you might be wondering, who's actually using Python? Well, the answer is pretty much everyone. Web developers love it because it makes building websites and web apps straightforward, thanks to powerful frameworks like Django and Flask. Next, Python has become the go-to language for data engineers. They use it for tasks like data cleaning, data transformation, and managing big data pipelines. Its libraries, such as pandas and PySpark, make handling data a breeze. Then we have data scientists and statisticians. Python is like a best friend to them because it's packed with libraries like NumPy, Pandas, and SciPy, which are perfect for analyzing data, running experiments, and crunching numbers. And of course, Python is hugely popular among AI, milliliter engineers. If you're into artificial intelligence or machine learning, Python is your language. With tools like TensorFlow, PyTorch, and scikit-learn, it's the main choice for developing cutting-edge models and algorithms that power everything from chatbots to image recognition systems. So, whether you are interested in building a website, crunching data, or developing the next big AI innovation, Python has you covered. It's versatile, powerful, and in high demand. That's why you need it in your toolkit. Alright, now that we know what Python is and why we need it, let's go over how to set it up on your computer. It's a straightforward process, and I'll walk you through each step. Step 1. Head over to python.org and download the latest version of Python. Make sure to choose the version that matches your operating system. Step 2. During installation, don't forget to check the box that says, Add Python to your path. This will save you from a lot of headaches later by making sure Python can be run from the command line. Step 3. Next, you'll want to install pip, Python's package manager, if it isn't installed by default. You can do this by downloading getpip.py and running it with Python using python getpip.py. Step 4. After that, add the pip scripts directory to your system path. This lets you run pip commands from any location in your terminal or command prompt. Step 5. Now, let's set up an editor. I recommend Visual Studio Code, VS Code. It's lightweight, powerful, and great for Python development. Just head over to the VS Code website and follow the instructions to install it. Step 6. With Python and pip ready, we can install Jupyter Notebook by running pip install Jupyter. Jupyter is excellent for interactive coding, testing, and sharing notebooks. Step 7. To start using Jupyter Notebook, just type Jupyter Notebook in your command line, and it will open up in your default web browser. Lastly, if you want an all-in-one data science toolkit, you can optionally install Anaconda. It comes with Python, Jupyter, and tons of useful libraries pre-installed. This step is optional, but some people prefer this as it can make managing packages and environments easier. And that's it. Once these steps are done, you'll be all set to start coding in Python. Now that we have Python and Jupyter Notebook set up, it's time to write your first Python program. Let's go step by step. Step 1. Open your command line or terminal and type Jupyter Notebook. This command will launch the Jupyter Notebook dashboard in your default web browser. Step 2. In the dashboard, click on New and create a new Python 3 notebook. Name it helloworld.ipynb so it's easy to find later. Step 3. In the first cell of your new notebook, type out your first program. It should look something like print hello world. Step 4. Run the cell by clicking the Run button at the top or pressing Shift plus Enter. This will execute your code. Step 5. You should see the output, Hello World, displayed right below the cell. Congratulations, you've just written and run your first Python program. Now, take a moment to explore the different menu options and toolbar items in Jupyter Notebook. Familiarizing yourself with these will help you work more efficiently as we move forward. Here's a quick exercise for you. Create a new notebook and write a program that outputs, "Welcome to Python programming." This will reinforce what we just learned and get you comfortable with writing simple code. By following these steps, you're well on your way to mastering Python soon in a fun and interactive way. Alright, now that we've covered basic output, let's move on to taking input from users and making our programs interactive. Let's move forward and learn how to take input from users to make our Python programs more interactive. We'll break down the steps to create a program that asks for a user's name and greets them. Step 1. Open Jupyter Notebook as we did in previous lessons. Step 2. Create a new notebook and name it hello.u.ipynb. This will be the file where we write our code to take user input. Step 3. Now, let's write the code step by step in the first cell. Print, "What is your name?" This line displays the prompt, "What is your name?" to the user. It's a simple way of asking the user for information. Name equals input. This line uses the input function, which pauses the program and waits for the user to type their response and hit enter. Whatever the user types will be stored in the variable name. This makes your program interactive and allows users to provide information. Print hello plus name. Here, we combine the text hello with the name the user provided. The plus operator is used to join the string with the variable, so if the user types Alice, the output will be hello Alice. This makes the interaction personal and dynamic. Step 4. Run the cell by pressing Shift plus Enter or clicking the Run button. This will execute your code and prompt the user for their name. Once the user enters their name and hits Enter, the output will be displayed right below the cell, showing the greeting with their name. While you're here, take some time to get familiar with the different menu items and options in Jupyter Notebook. Understanding these will make your coding experience smoother as you start writing more complex code. Now, it's your turn to practice. As an exercise, create a new notebook where you ask the user for their age and display a message using that input. For example, your program could display, "You are 25 years old," or something similar based on what the user enters. This step-by-step guide will help you get comfortable with taking user input, a fundamental part of making your Python programs more interactive and engaging.